Hi guys, welcome back, and welcome if it's your first time. Today is a continuation of my Makeup 101, and we are going to cover concealers. That's kind of funny, cover concealers, because that's what they do. Okay, that's so not funny. But today is a continuation. If that's the kind of video that will interest you, please keep on watching. You may want to consider subscribing, and you also may want to watch my other two videos I've done so far in Makeup 101, which is primers and foundations, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in a card right here so you guys can click on that and then maybe come back to this. First of all, let me get into what is a concealer. Concealer obviously is just what the name is. It's going to conceal things, blemishes, patchiness on your face. It will help you get rid of circles under your eyes. It's going to just diminish all those things on your face that you might not like. So let's first of all talk about where you would use concealer. The most typical ones are under your eyes where you've got some discoloration. When you get older, you're going to have a blue tint that's going to show through. I have rosacea, so I like to cover up my rosacea. There's hyperpigmentation where you've got a kind of a lot of color in your skin. I have one right there. You can actually see it coming through. I've been wearing my makeup for quite a few hours now. Concealers help you actually hide those completely, or at least diminish the effects of those blemishes or whatever it is you're trying to conceal. So let's talk about the different types of ways of getting a concealer on your face. First of all, of course, you can use your hands, or your fingers, I should say. The other ways to do it would be a brush. This is a concealer brush. This is from this is from Bare Minerals, and it's just a concealer brush. And so you would get the concealer on your face, or you would use it and just dab this in wherever it is that you want to put it on. So, and this can even blend it out if you need it to blend it out. So there's this. I also really like this brush. It is so, I think it's easier to see it like that. Tiny. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully you can. This thing is so tiny, but this one is perfect for those tiny little blemishes that you just want to hide. Dip it into your concealer and then just kind of go around it. Love this brush for that. The other way to put concealer on is obviously a sponge. This is a beauty blender, a NYX. These are both damp from when I did my makeup this morning still. This is an excellent way to get concealer on. What I would do is take it and put the concealer under my eye and then blend it out with this. I use this all the time to do under my eyes because I can just get in there really tight. So these are wonderful for that. Let me talk about the different types of concealer. First of all, let me talk about color correcting concealers. Color correcting makes it so that if you have a certain color that's coming out, it will basically neutralize that color. So when you have blue under your eyes, you're going to want to use a peach color because peach will negate the blue. If you have red, like I have rosacea here, but some people get it around their nose, I have that as well, or the red of a blemish, green will negate or neutralize the redness. This palette right here is a really good example of color correcting. So as you can see, it's got the peach, yellow. Let me see the back. The back actually just says yellow is for combating discolorations. I don't know. They show yellow going over your eyes, so maybe it just kind of neutralizes all colors. I don't know. I don't use yellow at all. The red, obviously I told you, is already for redness, and the purple is for brightening. So I'll be honest with you, the only two I use would be the green and the peach. So, but this is a good example. Some people really do swear by the other colors. So this kind of palette would be a really good thing. This is from L'Oreal. It's just infallible. I think you can still get it. I'll link it below if you can. And it's a really good way for you to play, because this is not expensive, play on what would work on your face. I use e.l.f. color correcting pen. I love this thing. I've talked about it before, I think in my Yahoos and Boos of Beauty one of the months. But it's just a pen. You click and then it goes it's, as you can see, peach colored. And that's what I use right in here and in here. And I just do right along the edge of my eye and right along the corner there. And then I just dab it out. And then I always take out this and then just kind of blend it all in until you really do not even see the difference between my color, the color of my skin, and the corrector. So that's a wonderful. They also make a red one. I do not think this works as well as this one does. So I guess it's the same formula, but maybe it's because my red is so much more red. Maybe if you have just a little bit of redness, you will like this one. It's just not my favorite. This is a lifesaver. I use this every single day, and I don't use any other concealer underneath my eyes because I really don't have a big problem with really dark circles. This really does take care of all of it. Let's talk about the different forms of concealers there are. First of all, you have like a doe foot. This is Tarte's Shape Tape. This is extremely popular. I actually took this out of Rachel's room. I personally do not like it. I think it's too thick, but it has a big doe foot applicator. If you don't know what a doe foot is, it looks like the foot of a doe or a deer, and that's why it's called a doe foot applicator. These are very popular in makeup. So, but this would be, you would take it and draw it underneath your eyes and then blend it in any other place that you want to use this. Get a concealer that is like a pen. So you would just rub it on your areas and the areas that you need to diminish, and different formulas. Again, some are thicker, some are drier, some are much more creamy. Again, you need to play with it. There's that form. Then there is, of course, the liquid kind. So this is from Clarins, and this is just a regular, not a liquid, but like a cream that you would use. You would put that over any areas that you want to diminish or hide. So there's that kind. I think that, oh, here's another kind, and this is actually one of my favorites. This is Revlon's Youth FX. And this one actually is a sponge, and you click at the bottom and the concealer comes through the sponge, and you use this to then dab on the areas that you want. And I do use this one a lot. I've used it in this area here, and you can see I did not do that this morning because I totally was in a hurry to get to church this morning. So I did not use it, but I use this a lot in especially there, and sometimes I use it on my rosacea and things, but this is one of my favorites. It blends really well, and it's not really thick. This one is from Benefit. It's called Boing. Boing, I don't know. But it's just a little, it's a pot, and what you would do for this kind is, this is perfect for this. You would dip this in the little pot and then use that to go over any blemishes that you have, and then just kind of dab it out. So there's that. Rachel loves this concealer. Now let's talk about when you actually put it on your face. At what step does the concealer go on? Now, conventional wisdom before, when I was a kid, or when I was in high school, I should say, it was thought that it was best to put concealer on before you put on foundation, so you'd get it all done. That's kind of gone out the window. People still do it a little bit, and I do that a little bit just right here because I know my foundation and what will cover and will not. It is better to go ahead and put your foundation on first and then do your concealer. I will tell you exactly how I do mine. What I first do after I put on my primer is I go ahead, where is it? And I put this under my eyes, just in that little spot. Because I try not to get foundation underneath my eyes too much, because all it does, the more makeup that goes in that area, the more it settles in on my fine lines and wrinkles underneath my eyes, and it makes me look older, so I don't want to do that. So this goes on, and then I don't feel like I have to cover those areas. So I try to get my foundation only to about here, and then this takes care of the rest. So I do this first, but that's not really considered concealer. So if you're trying to brighten up an area or something, that's not going to conceal it. So what I do is that first, and then I go ahead and put on my foundation, and I get it all blended and everything. And then you assess. You look at your face and see, okay, what am I still seeing? Do you still see redness coming through from rosacea, or just on your nose, or wherever you just generally get redness? So you look at that. Now, a double layer of your foundation in those areas might also work better. So you're kind of using your foundation as a concealer. So you know you've blended your whole foundation out. Just take a little bit more and dab it in areas, and then just take your beauty blender or a brush, whatever it is you use, and then just dab it out, and that might cover it all up. And then you don't need to use a different product. So look at those areas and see, is there another area that needs to be concealed? If your eyes still look kind of dark underneath and you want to brighten them up, that would be now the time to go ahead and put the concealer under your eyes. Do you have a blemish that's still poking through even after doing your foundation? Go ahead and do it then. So how do you choose the right color of concealer for your face? Well, it depends on what you are trying to do. If you are trying to conceal a blemish, what you want to do is choose a concealer that is going to be the same color as your foundation, because you don't want to cause attention to it. You obviously don't want it to be darker or lighter than your foundation, or you'll have spots on your face. So make sure it's the same color or almost the same color as your foundation, and go ahead and blend those out with the concealer. If you're trying to do circles under your eye, what you want to do is go a shade or two lighter. So in other words, you're going to need a couple concealers, one for doing blemishes and one for doing under your eyes. So go ahead and choose one that's 1 or 2 shades lighter. And then when you're putting it under these areas here, you're brightening this area up and it looks nice, and you're blending it all out. You're not going to look like a raccoon or something with these. You know, you don't want to go too light underneath your eyes or you will look like a raccoon. So be careful. Again, it's one of those things you play with. If you want to diminish some redness, sometimes it is worth it to get 2 different foundations, one that is a shade or 2 darker. So my absolute favorite foundation, which is actually a CC cream, and CC stands for color correcting. Again, you should watch my foundation video, but this is my absolute favorite because it does color correct as well. It will negate some of those different colors on my face. But I really want to go out and get another color that is darker than this one. This one matches my face color almost exactly without any tan or anything. So I would like to go get another one that is a shade or 2 darker, because a darker shade will cover up my redness. And I'm fine with going a little bit darker here. I'm going to be putting bronzer on in this area and maybe blush and things like that anyways. So it doesn't really matter if it's not completely the same, but the darker color will hide that redness. So that's a different way of getting a concealer. It's using your foundation to conceal again. If you're going to actually put, like this one is too light for me to put over my foundation. That's why I use this one underneath my foundation, because my foundation will then blend it all out. If I did this over and tried to conceal my hyperpigmentation, it would highlight this area. It would make it look whiter, and that's not what I want. I want it to actually negate the whole thing. You're going to need to play with this. Concealer is one of those things. You're going to you need to find the color you need to find out what it's going to do, and you're going to need to find a formulation that works with your skin. Don't forget to watch the other Makeup 101s on primers and foundation, and I will be doing another Makeup 101 soon, and that one is all about powders, to bake or not to bake, and all the different things for mature skin. And that is that's it, guys. I hope that this was helpful and that it answered some of your questions. If it did, I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please go ahead and push that big red subscribe button below. Right next to it is a bell, and if you push that bell, you will be notified when I upload another video, and so it's just helpful for you. All right, guys, that's it. God bless.